Now I got so sick and I have no way out. I have no place to go to get myself well again. When you don't feel good enough to go to work, they would not let you stay at the shelter. So what happened? I drag myself through sickness. I have no choice. I keep going to work no matter how sick I was until one day I couldn't go anymore. And then they sent me to the hospital. And that hospital, it's not really a hospital because there is no doctors, no nurse, no medication, nothing. So I realized that that's the place where they park people until the people die. And I saw people die almost every day. And I realized that I need to get out from there. I would not get better by staying at that place. So I start thinking about finding my way out, where to go, and so on. And I was praying because it's just beyond my control. Have you ever feel like there's nothing you can do and your hands are tied and it's just out of your ability to do anything? So when I run out of option, I have no place to turn to. I turn to God. That's all I know at that time. And I turn to God because I want to plead God and ask Him to help me. My heart was now just for me. Why I want to survive? It's not about me. It's about my family. I love them so much and I would do anything to survive so that I can go back home. Have you ever feel like that when you are in the desperate situation, but it's more than you? You think of somebody else. In my case, is that the case? So I pray to God and ask Him to help me. So pray night after night, and finally, one day I have an energy to walk out from that place. And when I walk out, when I went back to the working place, this young team leader took me in her group and she said, "You stay with me, I can help you to find something to do." And she kept her eyes on me and she realized that I'm too sick to do anything. And the next day she told me, "You can't stay here." And my heart sank. But she said, "But you can go to work there in the kitchen." Yes, yes, that's the sweetest word I heard at that time. When everybody's starved, they don't have enough food to eat. I was blessed to work in the kitchen. When everybody worked in the intense sun, I work in the shade. When everybody got like 4 hours of sleep every night, I sleep longer than that. So I start to feel better and better. I gain more weight and I gain more energy. So my problems seem to shut kind of, like a reduce. So I feel much better. And then finally, after several months, I become strong and feel better. And when they saw that, you know what they do? They took me out from the kitchen and then throw me back into the workplace. And here we go again. And I endure 4 long years. But at least I get a new beginning. At least I'm not as sick as I was before. At least I know that I can survive. I can go find my family. So I have a lot of hope that one day I will get out of this situation. And along the way, I built a lot of friendship. So I just want to give you a couple more pieces of information so that you don't ask me what happened. But for 4 years, toward the end of 4 years, I was thinking about running away from this place. This place that have armed God and watch over us all the time. And I want to run away from them. I have nothing and I don't know where to go. But I know that I don't want to stay in this group. Do you ever get into that situation? That you know that you don't want to be at this position. You want to be somewhere else. You want to do better. So I took a very big risk. I risked my life. Try to plan my escape. You know what I did? I get 3 good friends to escape with me. Remember, when you want to do something important, you might want to gather your trusted friend. That's what I did. I didn't know the strategy at that time, but I know that I'm not strong enough to walk by myself. I'm still frail. So my friend went with me. Together we have strength and we were able to escape from this place. And finally, to make a long story short, it's a long journey, but finally I end up finding my family. When I found my family, we were ecstatic. We were so happy. That's the happiest time of my life in the last several years that I struggled. But finally, my goal was, I achieved my goal. So that's my backstory. Let's get back to this conversation about dealing with challenge, changes, COVID-19. What can we do to get out of this mess? 3 keys to challenge change. Number 1, you have to have faith to face your challenge confidently. Number 2 is to develop and use a winning attitude. And then number 3, learn to be creative. On the key point number 1, face change confidently. How can we be able to be confident? To me, by my experience, confidence is when you have love. You think about people that you love. Now the thing, if I think about all the belonging that I have left in my apartment, I would not be at peace. I thought about the people that I love. So think about that. People. We need people in our life. We need love. And somebody said that love is like water. You can fall into it. You can drown in it, but you cannot live without it. Isn't it fun to hear that? I think it's so right. And then somebody else said that life is really nothing without love and care. So you need to give as much love to as many people as you can, because love is the feel, not a deal. It's about the feeling you have for somebody. So love, keep that love in your heart. And the next point is hope. So when I was struggle in my situation, if I ever give up hope, that's the enemy. The end. There's nothing else to talk about. But I didn't give up hope. I still have my hope alive. I still have that vision. One day, I will be with my family. So you will believe that one day you will get there. And faith. How about faith? Faith is all about believing that If you don't know how it works, but it will work. That's a, you put that faith in God, because we have no idea how God works. But because of Him, because of His power, it's going to work. And the next people need to appreciate what you have. So if I ever thought about, oh, I didn't have my college, I didn't have my friend, I didn't have these beautiful shoes that I left in my apartment, if I didn't have this, if I thought of all the things that I left behind, I would be a grouchy person. I would be depressed. But that thing, you can find things later. But the people that we meet, we cannot live without people. We cannot live without people. Love and caring for each other. And also make sure that you take care of your health. Remember, I was so sick. I was about to die. If God didn't send me that angel to give me the job in the kitchen, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you. Being healthy is that important. Take care of it before before the disease takes you away. So the key number 2 is winning attitude, not whining, winning. Whining, no. The winning attitude is that you want to get out from that victim mindset. Oh, poor me. Oh, why it happened to me? And blame God and blame the situation. Why it happened to me? If you ever ask that question, you are in the victim mentality. You cannot win. When you are a victim, you will be a loser. So never want to be a loser. So how do you get out of that victim mindset? Another scenario is this: climb out of the pit. So if you ever fall into the pit, find your way to climb out. I fell into the pit. But let me tell you a story of an old mule. This one farmer, he have a lot of mules, but one of them is very old. So he cannot do anything with this mule. This mule took so much time out of him to take care of him. So he said, I'm going to get rid of this mule. How am I going to do that? So he had this grand idea. So he dig the hole. He dig and make a big hole. So he dragged the mule and push him into that hole. Guess what? The mule was in the pit. And he's going to shower the ground to bury this mule. Picture that. He bury and throw in the pit. And what the mule did, he shake off his back and step on the ground. And then another pail of dirt throw at him. And he shake off his back and then step on the dirt. He keep doing that. And the farmer, he didn't look into the pit with what happened. He think that he's going to bury this mule. But very soon, gradually, this mule was standing up higher and higher and higher in the pit. So finally, he was able to climb out. So that's what I'm talking about. Get out of the victim mindset. So this mule is smarter than some people. So just use that strategy, how to get out. And the way to have a winning attitude, another way is Be grateful. When you are grateful, you have a better attitude. That's the winning attitude. You don't always look for something wrong. You look for something good out of the situation. Example, 2 years ago, I got into a car accident. My poor old man was getting hit. So it's no longer working. So they had to tow that car. What I was thinking is this, oh, my poor car, my poor old car. But I'm so grateful that I don't have any hurt, any pain. I climb out from that car unscratched. So I can find something to be grateful for. I'm grateful that I'm not hurt. I'm grateful that it's only the car that got uh, total, not me. I'm alive. So the next one is count your blessing. If you look for blessing, you will find it all day long. You will find your blessing all day long. And keep a daily journal. And also try to be positive. When you are positive, you are happier. And you don't get that negative mindset drag you down. So when you want to build a positive mindset, a positive person, you watch your words, your thinking, and then you you be careful about what you watch, what you do, and what you listen to. Because if you listen to the whining, you become a whiner. So, so when you speak out the word, something like, "Oh, I could never do that. Oh, I would never lose that weight. Oh, I would never make that much money. Oh, I would never be able to afford that type of house." If you said that, you are right. What? How about changing the language? It's changing to something positive. Well, I can, although I don't have it now, I'm working on it. Very soon, I will get there. If I want to lose weight, you have the positive wording on it. So that's how we turn into a winning attitude. The next point number 3 is to be grateful. Be creative and resourceful. What I mean to be creative is to dare to create your own thing. Whatever you want, you can create one. I know my dear friend Cheryl is here. She's really creative. She always come up with something so cool. Yeah, she's more like an artist. On the one hand, she's professional. On the other hand, she's an artist. So you can find something that you enjoy doing and be creative. I don't have a lot of artistic talent, but I enjoy doing flower arrangement. Oh, flower just made me very happy. But whatever I made, if I could not find it already made, I create one. Like this event, for example, we cannot do an in-person event, so we create this environment. So although the first time you have a little bit to deal with, but that's how we learn. We have to stretch out of our comfort zone. We don't have to wait another year before we can do something. So we'll try it out. And then another idea is this: use this downtime to grow personally. When you grow personally, you will grow professionally. When you are growing, your business growing. So during this downtime, don't waste this time. Use it. Use it to build yourself up. I love what Mary Ellen shared today. To build yourself up. To love yourself. Imagine in the winter, you went to New England and you saw all those trees that have no leaves. All the leaves already fall in the fall. That's why they call it fall. The leaves were falling off the tree. And the trees look very bad. And normally the tree absorbs the nutrient and the moisture and everything from the air through the leaves. But when you don't have the leaf to absorb all that, what does the tree do? They absorb the nutrient from the ground. So if you cannot absorb it through the leaf, you will absorb it through the ground. And also another example is like perennial flower. You know that the perennial flower always grow in the spring. Like when we go out and we see the new flower came out of the ground. So that means that perennial flower, although in the winter it looks dead, but it's not dead. It stays in the ground, conserves itself to be alive. And then when the springtime comes, they prosper, they came out, they flower. So that's how we can use this downtime to grow ourselves internally. Not normally, but on a special occasion, that's what we need to do. And another point is that use this time to plan or launch a new business idea. So you might have a business idea, plan about it, strategize about it, how you do it, take time to plan it out. So this is the time to build that. And also there's a 90-day strategies in the business. 90-day strategy, just to put it simple, to understand is this. Whatever we want to happen, it takes at least 90 days to develop. If we want to produce another event, it takes at least 90 days to start from now, and then it will happen 90 days from now. So that's how you use the strategy, use the downtime to do it. And maybe you write a book and start a new adventure, new program, podcast. There's a lot of people start a new podcast. A lot of people write a book. My dear friend Lee, who spent the name, she used this time to write her book, and she did a lot of research, and she came up with a beautiful book, just published. So we will raffle off in a little while. So that's how we can use this downtime to build something, to create something. That's how we can be resourceful. So the next slide will continue this idea that some projects will need more time to build. So be thankful that you have this time, this downtime. You can work on it. And also create a new way to do business. You know, since COVID hit, I'm just so grateful that I have Zoom to turn to. I like to stay connected with my friends, with my business network and all that. So I'm just so grateful. I do business the new way. So instead of waiting until the old way come by up, no, you can start something new. And also you need to get out of the comfort zone. Whatever that you never done before, stretch yourself to do it. It's uncomfortable, but you grow. If something doesn't hurt you, it doesn't stretch you, that means you are not growing. You stay the same. Like we practice with Ariel. She tell us to stretch, to get out of our comfort zone. Don't stay the same place and just keep sitting, doing nothing. Stretch, get out of comfort zone, do something new and exciting, try something different, and be yourself. Create your own style. If let's see, when I first came to the country, I had a hard time finding clothes to fit me because I'm petite and I was like under 100 pounds, right? And I want to go to give club. They wouldn't take me because I'm under 100 pounds. So I have a hard time finding clothes. You know what? If that still happened to me, I will probably have my own dressmaker make it for me. But since I grow up a little bit, I gain a little bit weight, I can find the petite department and I can find some clothes. So I don't need to spend extra money. But you can create your own style. And I like to cook Asian food. And it's not easy to find a trusted place to buy food that you appreciate and it meet your lifestyle. Why not create your own recipe? Build your own. Get your own ingredient and make it. So that's my take on be creative and resourceful. So here you get it. You get all 3 points. The first one is face challenge with confidence. And I told you how to be confident, need to have love, hope, faith. And number 2 is develop and use a winning attitude. Don't whine, win. And then number 3 is learn to be creative and be resourceful. So my question to you, what will you use? You get all this suggestion, this tip, and this idea. What will you use? And when? When? Put on your notebook. When are you going to do a certain thing? If anybody would like to receive the slide, just let me know. I will be happy to send you. But commit yourself. What will you use? What area that you haven't done it yet? What area you haven't heard? You know, when you go to listen to at any event, there's not much new information, but it's just the information that you heard before and you have not put into practice. If we don't put into practice, it's useless. So you heard some tips, some suggestions. If you don't take it, if you don't use it, it's not going to be useful. So I'm just so grateful that you are here. You invest in yourself. You invest to be here with us. Your time and your money. Your time, your money to be with us. And I hope you take some idea. You know, there's so much more to my story than what I told you in about 5 minutes. The whole book, it has a lot of information. And I share a lot of core values that is applicable, that help me to get through my hard time. And have a lot of people who use this idea to apply it to their life. So the core value is there, and the lesson learned that I shared is there. So there's much more to the book understand, I can say. Feel free to connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Just please note that my Facebook profile is misspelled by design. I, I have a long story to that, but but I have almost 5,000 friends on my profile, so I'm not going to cancel it because of that thing. But connect with me. I'm happy to help you anyway. To take your challenge with confidence, with a winning attitude, and be creative and don't give up. Thank you.